Hey everyone, just a quick word before we get started on this beer review. If you're interested in purchasing any of these beers that you see on my channel, stick around to the end of the video and I will tell you where you can purchase them at online. Now, isn't that lovely? Have beer shipped right to your home and don't have to go anywhere. All right, enjoy the video. Cheers to that. Welcome, my friends. Thanks so much for stopping by once again as we sample some more great tasting American craft beers with Dave. Fabulous, baby. Now for our sampling pleasures and tasting delights today. We have an Ohio beer. Oh, yes, indeed. It's from the Columbus Brewing Company. They're located in Columbus, Ohio, and this is the Grasshopper Session IPA. Oh, yes, Grasshopper. You will learn one day. It's a lightweight. Checks in at 4.7% alcohol by volume. And according to this date stamp, it's about 6 weeks old. So I think it's going to be quite lovely indeed. Let's go ahead and pop the top off and see what it's all about. I'll tell you what, Columbus Brewing Company has gained quite a reputation here in Northeast Ohio, although Columbus is in the middle of the state, but they have some very good IPAs and double IPAs, most notably the Bodie double IPA and the Creeper, which is a real killer at 10%. Oh, baby. Yeah, you better tread with caution with those beers. So I poured her straight in so we'd make a nice little head on here, and we got our little logo on here. I love this logo. It says, Save Water, Drink Beer. You know, back in the 11th and 12th centuries, you couldn't drink the water, right? So people drank beer all day long. The trick to that was it was only like 2.5 to 3% alcohol by volume, right? So unless you drank a lot of it, you weren't going to get a buzz. So everybody in the family drank it. Yeah, kids, mom, dad, everybody drank beer because you couldn't drink the water. Yeah, it will kill you. Pasteurization saved the world, no doubt about it, baby. All right, now that we got our history lesson out of the way, let's look at this beer. It's a rather clear pour, a medium golden color. It's got some nice bright white head, and we didn't get it all in there because I was kind of a smart ass pouring it straight in. Yeah, I like to prove my point. So let's get some aroma. A lot of citrus in there. A lot of citrus. Wow. Some grassy hops and some grassy. You know what? This might be a pretty good beer. It hasn't been sitting out on the countertop very long. Session ales, I like a little bit on the cool side. Although for maximum aroma and flavor, you should let them warm up a little bit more probably. But session ales are intended to be consumed much like a Pilsner or a lager. You kind of want to just drink them straight down. And at 4.7%, I don't think this is going to put anybody under the bus. So let's thank the brewers there at Columbus Brewing for all the hard work they do. And thank everyone at home for watching. Cheerio. That's very light-bodied beer. It's got some light citrus notes up front, very mild and subdued malts there, and on the end, like a lemony, like a little bit of lemon flavoring, a little lemony twang in there. I tell you what, it probably has to warm up a tad more. I bet you it's going to bring out a little bit more aroma and flavor. But as it's presented to me, it's just a very light-bodied, easy-drinking beer. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the way this beer is brewed. For me, it doesn't have quite enough oomph to it. It doesn't have quite enough oomph. And what I mean by that is I like a beer that has some kind of substantial aroma or flavor to it. And this one is a little bit lacking. But there's nothing wrong with the way this beer is brewed. It's a very well constructed beer, no doubt about it. I would recommend this beer on a warm spring day, a hot summer day, or those days in the fall when the weather starts to cool off, but it's still a little bit warm outside, I would much rather prefer to drink this beer than one of those macro lager garbage beers. No doubt about it, baby. Oh, are you kidding me? But I tell you what, I'm still going to give this a 5-star review. It doesn't mean necessarily just because I don't like the, that's not the right word I want to use. Just because I'm not in love with the way it tastes or the aromas doesn't mean it's not a well constructed beer. It's a very well constructed beer because look at the lacing there on the side of the glass. A very nice head that we have, lively carbonation streaming up from the bottom. It's a very good beer. It just lacks the full body and the full flavors and the full aromas of IPAs, of which I am so accustomed to. So maybe it's not fair to me to drink a session IPA because I've had so many IPAs and double IPAs and triple IPAs. And then once you drink that many different IPAs and you get a really light bodied beer, it's really not fair. But there's nothing wrong with this beer, and I would highly recommend it. It's a very light bodied beer. It's from Columbus Brewing Company. It's the Grasshopper. And it's a very good light bodied beer, I'm telling you. I think as this beer warms up, probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes, in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I bet it's going to really bring out the flavors and aromas. But the only thing is, with this type of beer, it's only 4.7%. You're going to drink it while it's cold, and you'll never realize, its potential. So it's kind of a catch-21 there. You're going to drink it straight down because it's so refreshing, easy to drink, and you'll never realize how good it really is when it warms up. Nothing wrong with this beer at all, though, my friends. All right, I've given you my opinion on this beer from Columbus Brewing Company. If you want to try it out, get a single. See what you think. Until we meet next time, here's wishing all of you the very best of goodbyes. And as always, cheers. Okay, everyone. As promised, Dr. Dave's going to tell you where he buys his beers and where you can buy them also. First on the list is rivalrybrews.com. Now, don't worry, I'm going to put the links in the description box for you. Rivalry Brews is a relatively new mail order place. It's based right here in Ohio, in Medina, and they are fantastic. I tell you what, when they first started, I got free shipping on all the beers. Now I think they charge me $2. $2 for 12 beers. That's fantastic. Now, as far as I know, they ship to the lower 48, but you might want to check the website on that. I can't be 100% sure, but the shipping is fast. The turnaround is fast, and if anything's wrong, they will fix it right away. I only had one issue with them, and they refunded half my purchase order, which I thought was more than fair. More than fair. So anyway, by the way, disclaimer, I don't get any money on any of this. I'm not affiliated with any of these beer companies. They don't know I'm doing this. I'm just telling you where to buy the beer. Now, one day I may be affiliated, and if I am at that point, I'll certainly let you know. So, Rivalry Brews, located right here in Ohio, they specialize in Ohio beers, beers from Pennsylvania and Indiana. So, if you want some good Ohio craft beer, that's a good place to start. The second one on my list, oh, I love this place. It's called Halftime Beer. Halftime Beer has two locations in New York State, Poughkeepsie, and I believe it's pronounced Mamaroneck. Mamaroneck. Yeah, don't quote me on that pronunciation. I tried my best. Yeah, anyway, they have more beer online than you could possibly look at in a day. I'm telling you, they have beer everywhere on that website. And all you have to do is go on there, make your selection, and have it shipped. Now, they do have gift boxes, which come with a really nice cooler. Yeah, and you can't beat it. It's $5 shipping on those special orders. Now, on the other beers, the shipping can get a little bit pricey, but I've never had an order for more than $20 shipping, which I think is really good for 12 bottles of beer. Now, if you get cans, it's less cost because it weighs less. And that's what costs the money is the weight and the size of the box. So, yeah, check them out. Now, I belong to two of their what's known as Beer of the Month Club. I'm in their German Beer of the Month Club, so I get 12 bottles from six different breweries, two of each, once a month. And there's a lot of beers in there that I've never heard of from Germany. I thought I had them all, not even close. And then I have the Around the World Beer Club, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's beers from all over the world. So far, I only got one beer that I didn't really like. It happens. It happens. And, you take your chances on that. But I got some beer from South Korea, of all places, South Korea. I thought it was really, really good. Now, last on the list, but not least, and I didn't put these in any particular order, it's the Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, they're out of San Diego, and they have a killer selection. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, talking about all this beer, I'm going to have one here. Mm, that's just a regular run of the mill Pilsner, German style, but it hits the spot on a day like this. Anyway, Best Damn Beer Shop. Woo! Now, their shipping, they require you to choose in lots of six. So you can get 6, 12, 18, 24 is the maximum. And their shipping is reasonable considering I'm on the East Coast and they're on the West Coast. Yeah, the shipping is generally about $19 for a 12 bottle selection, which I don't think is a lot. $19? No, I don't think that's a lot. Now, the more beer you buy, the less money it's going to cost. That's just a fact of economics. So if you want to buy six beers, it's going to cost more to ship it than the 12. Hey, I don't make the rules, man. Just buy more beer. You save more money on shipping. What can I tell you? Yeah, but they're a great place, and so all three of those places, Rivalry Brews for Ohio beers, and then you have the Halftime Beverage, which is in New York. They have a selection on everything, and same thing with Best Damn Beer Shop. Now, if you want some West Coast beers that you can't find in your town, that's the place to buy them at. Last but not least, people always ask me what is that on your beer glass? Well, I bought it at Amazon, Amazon.com. It's called a vacuum vin. Vacuum vin. And if I'm not mistaken, it's from Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. And the inside of it is lined with special material. So what you do is you put this in the freezer, you let it sit overnight, and then you put your beverage in here, and it will maintain that beverage at around 38 degrees, which is really cold for a beer. But I like my pilsners cold. Now, if you already have a beer that warmed up, put it in here and it'll bring it to the proper temperature, no doubt. And I said last, but I was mistaken. This is the last thing I want to talk about. Dr. Dave's beer glasses. Now, I did sell these a number of years ago when I had my other beer channel. And this is a new design, though. This is a different design. Now, I could sell these if there's enough interest in them, but I have to order them about 144 at a time. So I don't want to order them unless there's some real interest in them. Now, it's difficult to see on here, but it says Dr. Dave's cheap ass beer reviews. Yeah, it's not really going to come out that well there on the camera. But I would sell these at cost. Now I'm not trying to make any money on them. I think it cost me 14.98 to have those made. So I would sell them at the same price. Now I don't know the price could have gone up because I did buy those a few years back. So, but I would sell them at cost if anybody's interested. But like I said, I don't get any money off these links. There's no affiliate links here. I'm not making any money. I just wanted to let everybody know where I buy my beer so you could buy it too. Oh, and I almost forgot the Amazing Clubs Beer of the Month Club. Amazing Clubs. I'll put all the links in the description box. Knock yourself out. Hey, thanks for watching, okay? And Dr. Dave says cheers to that.